Hi friends, welcome to Vulnerable Machine Solution. So today we are going to learn about the LVM. What is exactly LVM and how we are going to add a disk from the VMware to your Linux machine. So here I am using the Red Hat 8.4. You can see here uname-r command will give you the kernel version, and here EL8 you can see, and after that you can also see from os-release file, that is the 8.4 Red Hat version, Ukta version. So we are going to add one disk in this Red Hat machine from the VMware console. So fdisk-l, we are going to check through fdisk command how many disks we have available. So we have available only the one disk, that is called /dep nvme0n1. Size is 50 GB. This is the default disk which I have created at the time of the installation of Red Hat operating system. So, and yes, please do subscribe our channel if not yet. So in the VMware console you need to click on the setting, go on the setting part, and here you can add anything like memory, processor, hard disk, even though network adapters and the printers, etc. Here I am going to select the hard disk because we want to add a disk. So I am using the SATA disk. If you want, so you can use the SC disk as well. Here I am creating the new virtual disk, and then the desired capacity size I am providing the 5, that is in GB. It is also mentioned here, and then click on next. This is the location. It is asking if you want to provide any specific disk, so you can browse from here, and then after click on finish. So here I can see this 5G is available. Now when I click on OK, and then after I run the command fdisk-l, then see dev sda1 is available, that is for 5 GB. Okay, now let's come to the point. What is LVM and why LVM is required? So LVM is called the logical volume manager, and LVM is required for you can say if you want to extend your hard disk size or capacity. So in that case you can use the LVM or logical volume manager to extend it. If the size is available in your volume group, so then definitely you can add. If not, then you can opt, or you can create a physical volume then after in the volume group. Now we can understand what is physical volume, what is volume group, and what is LV, and how we are going to create. So let's understand in depth. So first, before creating the LVM, we need to set up a disk for LVM type, because the by default disk type is the disk. Here you can see lsblk command, and here you can see the SDA, and this is the disk type. So first you need to create a partition, and that partition we need to provide the LVM type. How we are going to create the partition, let's see. So fdisk/dev and then the SDA. This is the my device name which I have just added from the VMware. So just hitting enter, press N to create a new partition. It will create the 4 partition, 3 primary and 1 extended. So by default it is taking the primary, it is saying it here. So no need to provide anything, just hit enter, and then the first partition number, so the first partition, and then after it is asking for the first sector from where you want to start your first sector. So by default that is starting from 2048, so you can click on enter. Now how much size you want to provide for this partition? Let's say I have 5 GB of size disk I have added from here. Now I want to create suppose 3 GB of size for this particular partition. Now this is saying that created a new partition 1 of type Linux and the size of 3 GB. By pressing P and then hitting enter, then it will provide this thing. P is using for print option. Now then after we need to change the type. This is the type of Linux. We need to provide the Linux LVM type. So here we need to provide T option to change the type and then hit enter, and then we have you can also press L to see all the code like this. We have 8E, that is for Linux LVM. So this one we are going to select 8E. So here I am providing 8E, and it is saying that from Linux to Linux LVM, now hitting print. So now the type is LVM, Linux LVM. Now to write each and everything whatever you did in the fdisk, so when you provide W and then hit enter, it will automatically come out from that fdisk console and then uh, create your disk, fdisk -l, and then this is the command, and SDA1 is created for 3 GB. Now we need to run a command partprobe/deb and then SDA, hit enter. It is just basically to whatever alteration you have did, the same alteration information that we need to update to the kernel. So whatever we did, we just wanted to update to the kernel, so just that is the reason we have just ran this command, that is partprobe command, and then after we need to create the LVM. LVM is basically a logical volume manager which we are going to use to extend our disk. In the XFS file system we can only extend, we cannot reduce, but in the earlier file system of Linux, that is the ext file system, in the ext family you can also reduce your file system as per your requirement. If you have created a disk like 5G and if you want space for 2G, you don't want to get the extra size of that particular LV, then you can reduce. But nowadays we have option only on we can extend the file system, we cannot reduce the file system in the XFS file system type. So here we have the command pv, so it is not showing anything, and pv display, it is also not showing anything. So pvs is basically for physical volume scan and pv display is for physical volume display. So we do not have any physical volume, so let's create the physical volume. That is a command pv create and then the deb sda1, which partition we have created for LVM Linux type, and then hit enter. So now it is created pvs, now it is showing the pvs, and pv display command, it is also giving us the output, but this vg name is blank because we do not have any volume group. First we need to create a physical volume, then after we need to create volume group. So vg create, and my vg I am providing the name, and from there deb sda1. So now we have vg as well, and if I am doing the pv display, so now it is showing the my vg as a name of vg name. So the total p is 764 and the p size is 4 MB. P is basically a size of to allotment of the disk. So by default it is for 4 MB, and maximum you can create for 512 MB. Now we are going to create the LVM. So lv create is a command, -n to provide the name of your LV, and then -L to provide the size of your LV. So here we need to create a size, and then you need to provide that vg name. So my vg you can provide, and then lv display. So you have lv information and lvs. So yes, lv size is 1 GB we have available. Now we need to use this lv. So I'm just doing the df-th to check my disk. So here we have only the deb temp, deb nvme0 n1 p3 and p1. These two we have available. So now I am going to create, that type is xfs, so I am going to create this lvm type as a xfs. So mkfs is a command to create the xfs. mkfs.xfs is a command to create this partition as a xfs type. So my deb, my vg, and then the my lv. Hit enter, and now the size of this, file system type of this my lv is xfs. Now we need to mount this one into your operating system to use it. So I'm going to mount, and then /deb my vg, and then my lv, mount -t, and then the file system's type is xfs. this one I want to mount from where to where, the source path and then the destination path. So I am just mounting it on the OPT, and now I am checking. So this OPT is coming, earlier it was not. So this OPT size is 104M. Now I want to extend this one. So how to extend? So lvextend is a command, hyphen capital L and then plus 100 MB I am going to extend here, and then from where we want to extend or which I want to extend. So dab my VG and then the my LV, this one I want to extend here. Now I need to run a command xfs underscore growfs to reflect the changes whatever we did right now. So yes, now I can df hyphen th and then I can see 1.1G. Earlier it was 104M. So I hope you like this video, and please comment if you want to know anything about this. Thank you.